Hello guys, welcome to this format. Once again, in the last episode we have discussed the relationship between freedom, knowledge and necessity, ending with fireworks, basically with the Hegelian identity between necessity and fate, and the striking example of taken in the Zeno's consciousness, taken from the Zeno's consciousness book about the hopelessness that eventually will free the main character Zeno from his obsession with smoking, which was eventually his fate. Let's dive into the last part 4 of chapter 1, Freedom to Say No. I'm happy, guys, because we are approaching the end of this chapter, and so we can start back. In the previous videos I've mentioned the fact that I was starting this format with chapter 2, like out of the blue, just because I felt like sharing the feelings this book was giving me all of a sudden. And afterwards I just made my mind on starting from the very beginning, just for a sense of completeness, I guess. So let's dive into the part 4, Freedom to Say No. And let's begin reading. This is why freedom is not just the ability to do what I will, it is the autonomy of the universal with regard to its species. If I know what I want and directly grab it, there is no freedom in it. So basically this reminds us to the teleological approach of Spinoza and adopted also by Engels. Knowing necessity is freedom. It is this autonomy that opens up the space for metaphoric substitution in which a universal can stand for a particular. So basically is the fact that from the universal you go into the particular that makes freedom, that actualizes freedom. In particular, that's why another aspect of the subjectivization, so what actually makes something yours, subjective, of a structure, is that subjective desire is at its most basic always such a redouble missing. In the sense that the more you subjectivize a desire of yours, the more you are specifying it, and the more you are depriving it of the generality of the universal. So in a way, that is reminding us of the title, Freedom to Say No. Freedom is related to the specifications of your desire. And here it makes an interesting example, as always, about a joke from Ninotchka. I don't know what Ninotchka is, honestly, but this was a rather striking joke in which there is a customer in a bar which asks for a coffee without cream, and the bartender, the waiter, the waitress answers them back saying that they don't have cream, they ran out of cream, so they can only make him coffee without milk, and this is, paradoxical, because it doesn't make any difference whether it's without milk or without cream. The thing that actually the customer really wants is a coffee. That's it. But isn't the particularity, the particular aspect of desiring specifically a coffee without cream, which makes the desire of the customer really subjective, really belonging to what is request is. This is how differentiality works in the symbolic universe. Only in this universe can we miss not only saying something, but also not saying something. So, not saying something is related to the subjectivization of your desire. The most basic mode of freedom is that of a no. And we finished this chapter 1. I just noticed that it wasn't, it ended by this statement over here, and I find it fascinating. I've never thought about freedom, subjectivization of desires related to the negation of a universality. But indeed it is related, because everything we expose into the real, into the world, is a product of our individuality, a product of this individuality into the excess of the other. So the excess, which is also a constitutional lack. We will see this concept rather in the Pascalian wager. Let's call it the Pascalian gamble. Honestly, I prefer it. But for this chapter we finished, and hope you're liking the format, and see you on the next one, guys.